Royal Caribbean has 6 ships scheduled to launch between 2020 and 2025. Most notable of those is the mysterious Icon class. We don't know too much about them, so today we're going to take a look and see what we know about the Icon.
At the end of it all, I'll still be there for you.
Before we get into today's video, if you guys love cruise content, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and make sure you click that bell to be notified when I upload so you can stay up to date with what's going on in the cruise industry and any cruise news, as well as cruise vlogs and ship tours. Also, if you'd like a little bit more personal interaction, I do have a Facebook group. The link is down in the description, so make sure you go join the Facebook group. Let's see if we can build that up a little bit. Anyways, let's get into the Icon of the Seas. This video was made in February of 2020, so as of right now, there are no photos, renderings, or any sort of video at all of the Icon. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be overlaying just any videos or photos of a Royal Caribbean ship. So just a heads up before we get too far into things. Up until this point, the Icon, or the Icon of the Seas, has been extremely top secret from Royal Caribbean. We know almost nothing about this ship so far. So, what do we know? So some of the few things that we do know about this ship is it is going to be 200,000 tons, which is going to be right in between the Oasis class and the Quantum class, which are the two largest ship classes from Royal Caribbean at the time. They are going to hold about 5,000 passengers, which is actually less than the Mardi Gras from Carnival, which is smaller than the Icon, which is kind of odd. Then again, it could be a different number, it maybe just rounding to 5,000 for the purpose until they actually release more details. There's going to be 3 ships in this class. They originally ordered 2, and then they ordered a third one last summer in 2019. So the Quantum class and the new Oasis ships are some of the most efficient and most technologically advanced ships at sea. And by the sounds of it, Icon in the Icon class is going to be completely game-changing, even looking at the most efficient right now. So these ships are going to be powered by liquefied natural gas, which is going to be very, very minimal emissions, which is really crazy. I'm going to say the 2020s are going to be a huge movement towards green cruising and zero emission or next to zero emission cruising, which is a great thing. Because we do see this in the Icon class, we see this in Carnival's XL class, which is the Mardi Gras, Costa Smeralda, Aida de Nova, and all the other ships coming in the future. And I believe Project Leonardo might have liquefied natural gas. I don't know. I don't think that's been confirmed yet, but I think they will. So a huge advantage to liquefied natural gas is that there are no sulfur emissions. It's going to be a lot lower as far as nitrous oxide emissions and less soot that is released into the atmosphere, which creates a lot lower carbon footprint for these ships. So the fuel cells are going to generate the electricity, and also while they generate that electricity, it's going to pretty much produce almost zero pollution when it comes to that as well. So we're going to dive into a little bit of science here. So what the fuel cell does, it's going to mix hydrogen and oxygen together, and basically that reaction generates electricity. But also, because of that, hydrogen and oxygen do make water. So it also will emit water as well. So that's a really cool thing. According to Royal Caribbean's little infograph they have here, NASA has been using this type of technology for a while on their spaceships. Apparently, the fuel cells have generated electricity for the spacecraft, and it even produced the water that was actually drinkable for the astronauts, which is pretty crazy to think about. Now, I think these fuel cells are going to be generating the water and the electricity that passengers are going to use? I wouldn't go as far as saying the water, just because it sounds a little crazy at this point, but maybe. Who knows? But the fact that you can pretty much power the ship, power the electricity off of that, and have almost zero emission, plus have that as like an extra thing off to the side, is a pretty cool thing to think about. But like I said, I don't think it's actually going to be supplying the water or anything on that ship, but it is at least going to be making the electricity or producing electricity, which is pretty cool. Also, another thing that's going to be featured on the Icon class ships is the Royal Caribbean's air lubrication system, which debuted on the Quantum class and is on the newer Oasis class ships as well. So basically what this is that the underside of the ship that is always underwater is pretty much perforated with thousands of little holes. And what those holes do is they push little air bubbles out. It creates a little air pocket for the ship to glide through, and it reduces drag, which creates a lot more fuel efficiency, which saves on gas, reduces emissions, does all sorts of crazy things. So that's a really cool thing, makes things run a lot more efficiently. Like I said, this is seen on the Quantum class ships as well as the newer Oasis like Harmony, Symphony, and Wonder. So that's kind of the gist of what we know so far about the Icon class. I would probably expect to see some sort of news or at least some sort of rendering probably this summer or at least sometime later this year, because I believe construction should be starting at some point this year, since the ship, or at least the first one, does come out in 2022 and it's 2020. They need to get started on that. So I would probably say we could see something pretty soon in the next few months, or at least at some point this year. Hopefully we see something. I'm very excited about this ship, and the fact that it's been pretty much kept top secret since they ordered the ships back in 2016. It's created a lot of questions, and the mystery behind it makes it that much more exciting. So I'm really excited for this ship, and I have pretty big expectations from this. I don't really know how they're going to be able to top the new Oasis class ships and the Quantum class, but it's Royal Caribbean, so they are. So I'm very excited for this ship. I think they're going to really outdo themselves like they always do. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this ship. Any thoughts you have, any information, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the ship. Let me know what you thought of the video. And as always, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. Make sure you turn the bell on to be notified when I upload new videos. I'm striving for at least one a week, maybe two if I can do it. Right now, being back in school makes it a little difficult, so I'm doing my best for you guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you for the next video. Thanks for watching.